welcome to my channel. Well, I received a gift today from Tom from Knife Delights, and he sent me a U.S. Air Force super knife. He said he found this in an antique store, and he thought of me. So, thank you, Tom. This is an awesome knife. I'll go ahead and take it out of the package here in a second. He also sent some extra stickers and cards. So these two I'll be including in my giveaway when it comes up, because I'll keep one set, but I'll send the others out to whoever wins. And another gift that I got from an anonymous viewer is this right here. Is a little shotgun shell knife. If I can ever get it out of there. There we go. Caliber Gourmet. Fortunately, it doesn't have a primer down here, because if it had that shape and everything, I could see how you could accidentally put this in your... It's probably not. It looks like it's about 12 gauge. What we got right here is like a little, like, nail file, but I think this is tapered for adjustable shotgun chokes. They have some where it's got a couple of slots in the side, and you unscrew them, and you can change from modified choke, improved, full choke, stuff like that. I never had a shotgun that had that capability. Mine was always, they were always built in. And then it's got a nice little clip point blade here on it. So this is pretty cool. This is wood, feels substantial. So thank you for that, Anonymous. And let's take a look at this. Now, before we get into this, I want to talk about this SRK-C that I had, or I have. It developed chip in the blade, and I had my choice. If you're gonna fix this chip, to make the bevel even, I would have to take this entire sharpened edge off and reprofile it and bring it, back a little bit, and probably lose most of that sharpening choil in the process. So what I did was I made a single serration out of it. These little Smith's sharpening steels are pretty good, because you got all these different angles and a beveled tapered tip. So what I did was I just made that chunk a single serration. I just sharpened, I just beveled it and sharpened it. Yeah, you get a little bit of a hang up when you're cutting, but it doesn't just stop, like a chunk would have done. So I don't know what everybody else does when they run into a chip blade like that. It's a good thing it didn't go all the way, way back here. Then I'd have one heck of a serration. But you can see where it hit the concrete. This one, what I did was I had thrown it at a bunch of furniture out there, and it hit butt first and bounced. This is Kraton, kind of rubbery. It bounced. It was a foam type of chair anyway, so it would have had to stuck. And I was close to it, so I wasn't throwing super hard, because I knew there was a possibility of it bouncing back. And what it did, it hit the curb. And when it hit the curb, the concrete curb, it took a chunk out of it. It didn't roll or anything. And I think that's because they run the Rockwell hardness on this carbon steel, and the higher the Rockwell, the harder the blade's going to be, but it also is going to be more brittle. I mean, that's just the way it works. But anyways, I repaired that, and I'm happy again, because I like this size of knife. Now, Midway has the SRK in orange for like $29. And even, you know, the regular size one, and even the non-orange handle one goes for around 30 something. That's a pretty good price. I put this tech lock on it. All right, so let's go ahead and get this guy out of the package. It shows, let me bring this thing down where we can see a different angle. It shows a B2 on it right here. Let's see. 420J2 stainless steel, 2 3/4 inch length. 430 stainless steel handle, 4-inch length. Monumental picture on both sides of the handle. B2 Spirit. When I went in, we didn't have the B2. We had the B52, which we still have. And not the models I worked on. They're finally with the H model, which was the last model that they made. 2 pilots. All right, shows you how to work a back lock. So let's go ahead and get this guy cut open without cutting myself open. Never cut towards yourself. Just make sure you don't have any vital organs in the way, and you might be all right. Sometimes you do have to cut towards yourself. There's such a thing as a draw cut, you know. But you just make sure that if it goes, that you're not in the way of where the blade would be if it slipped. All right, there we go. They changed the symbol also. This is a more recent symbol for the Air Force. And a lot of times they change their motto. Like when I was in, it was peace through superior firepower. But yeah, it's a little sharp edge right there. See that coming up? That can be glued down. But yeah, thank you. This is I like this Fighter Plus. I like this blade shape. Kind of a drop spear point. Oh yeah, it's sharp. So thank you, Tom. I'll send you some stickers. I don't have a whole lot, but I'll send some stickers to you. I'll keep this. There's got a pretty good. You got a C-130 right there. And that's a Harrier. Did the Air Force have Harriers? I'm not sure. This looks like an F-18. And I don't remember. I know the Marine Corps had the Harrier. I'm not sure we ever had the Harrier in the Air Force. Maybe we did. But that's a Navy plane. Same with the F-18. This is a NASA one. A lot of times when they start off with a new plane, NASA a lot of time gets them. NASA's got a B-52 that they use for high altitude tests and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure the Air Force probably had some hand in the Harrier in some way, but I don't remember. I never worked on the Harrier, and I never had it, but yeah. So there you go. That's a little update on that. And yeah, let me know what you do if you run into a chip in your blade. I think this is the best way to handle it, because you're not removing a bunch of steel. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this part of the blade, and there's nothing wrong with this part of the blade. If I get another chunk, maybe it'll come back here and I'll start a partially serrated blade. But it cuts well. I haven't sharpened it or anything. Let me get a piece of, well, here's a little piece of paper. We'll demonstrate what happens when it runs into that. See, just a little hang up, but it still cuts. Maybe you can see that little dip there. I think that's where it hit. But yeah, it still cuts fine. And yeah, it's got that little notch in it now. But other than that, no need to throw it away. I don't ever remember. I had a Carbon V or Carbon 5 Cold Steel Recon before that I had to sell when hard times hit. And now they're only available in SK5, which is, you know, another carbon steel and everything. It's just that it surprised me to see it get that chunk out of the blade. But that would be the same as if you hit a brick, you know. Knives are not really designed to withstand chopping through bricks. I mean, some of them are. Yeah, I can feel just a little bit of a hang up when it comes to that, but because I sharpened it, even in there, it just dips down and then gets cut. So, there you go. Hope you found that interesting, and thank you for watching.